Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Jai. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namane. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine. Okay, so let's start today's class. So thank you for all joining, and I think all of you are regular listeners or regular attendees for the class. So I thank you all for giving your precious time on a Sunday. Like you, all of you are householders and have n number of things to take care, like children, family, all that. But still, you are finding time to attend classes. This is really, really encouraging, and also it gives me as a what you call presenter more encouragement to prepare nice talks and to prepare this Bhagavad Gita sessions and this pastimes. Okay, so let's first understand who is Lord Shiva. Okay, Shivji. So Shivji, Lord Shiva, as we know, is one of the most widely worshipped deity in India and also across the world. Like there are a lot of devotees who worship Lord Shiva. So who actually he's from Tattva perspective, like what is he? Anyone who has a idea of who Lord Shiva is? Yes, Hemanji, unmute. You can unmute.
Sorry, I recently read, but I'm not sure.
Yes.
That Lord Shiva is not in a human image, but he's a Shakti, he's a power. Something to that effect.
Okay, that's good. Anyone else have heard or read, or what is your understanding? Or
So
any
Lord
quality
Shiva
quality which you can think about Lord Shiva, any quality also.
is one of the avatar, like which controls the one of the guna in material world. So, ignorance, like mode of ignorance. He is in charge of that ignorance, and he is Amsha of Krishna as well.
Okay, that's correct. So Lord Shiva is Guna Avatar. Guna Avatar meaning like Lord Vishnu has many Guna avatars. So one of them is Lord Shivji. But his true identity, which is given in Srimad Bhagavat Puran, and which Lord Shiva also relishes. It says in Srimad Bhagavat Puran, Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu, which means that Lord Shiva is the ideal Vaishnav. He's the topmost Vaishnav. So he's the topmost Vaishnav and ideal Vaishnav. And without his mercy, one cannot practice Hari Bhakti, and he connects the devotees to the Bhakti of Radha Krishna. Okay, Vaishnavam Yatha Shambhu. Shambhu or Lord Shiva is the ideal Vaishnav. Okay, so you may have seen he's constantly meditating, right? He's always eyes closed in many of the pictures and he's meditating. So what he's meditating upon? So he's meditating upon Lord Ram, Lord Krishna, and he meditates upon this Hare Krishna mantra which we all chant, right? And he was the first one who recited Srimad Bhagavat to Mother Parvati. He was one of the first ones, and there is that time Mother Parvati once asked to recite Srimad Bhagavatam. He said, I will do it, but promise me that you will not fall asleep. And she says, yes. And she says, because once I start reciting Bhagavatam, I will not stop, meaning because he goes in the ecstasy, he goes in trance, he may go in samadhi. So he said, I keep reciting, but for me to know that you are listening, you have to make some sound like like yes, you are listening. So 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 he started reciting Srimad Bhagavat Puran to Parvati ji, and there is a Shuka parrot who was Radharani's parrot. He was also silently listening. Um, and Lord Shiva did not want anyone else to listen, but this parrot was sitting in somewhere close there, and he was also listening. Okay. So what happened after halfway through, Parvati ji fall asleep, and now this parrot was making that sound just so that he was greedy to listen, that Shuka, and he listened the entire Srimad Bhagavat, and Lord Shiva got to know that the Parvati fell asleep, and this parrot was actually the one who listened the Bhagavat, and he was not pleased, so he chased that parrot away, and that parrot went, and Shivji was running, and he entered into the womb of what do you call that? Vyasadev's wife, and that parrot is the Shukdev Goswami who recited the Srimad Bhagavat to the Parikshit Maharaj. Okay, the one which we know that from this age, like at the end of Dwapar Yuga, Shukdev Goswami recited with Srimad Bhagavat in 7 days, non-stop 7 days to Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj was the son of Abhimanyu, or the grandson of Arjun, who was the only one who was left, because that Ashwathama killed all other 5 sons, right? You know. So Parikshit Maharaj was personally saved by Lord Krishna when he was in the womb of Uttara. So he had that darshan of Lord Krishna in the womb, Parikshit Maharaj, but a slight, and then all the Pandavas, when they left their kingdom, they gave all the charge to Parikshit Maharaj, and and he was fortunate to listen this Srimad Bhagavat directly from Shukdev Goswami, who was a parrot, Radharani's parrot, personal parrot, and then he heard it from Lord Shiva. Okay, so yes, so I will go further, like I will explain you what our Shastra says about Lord Shiva and what is the principle of Shiva Tat. But for us, we need to understand that he is the ideal Vaishnav. He's the topmost Vaishnav. And we devotees, practicing devotees, should respect Lord Shiva as the greatest Vaishnav and pray to him to give Hari Bhakti. Okay. On the day of Mahashivratri, we should all visit Lord Shiva's temple and offer Abhishek to the Shivling he's very, very pleased. One of his names, as you know, is Ashutosh, which means he becomes very easily pleased. Compared to all others, he's very easily pleased. And there is another one, Bholenath, right? He's very bhola. How will you say? Very naive, like easily pleased. These are some of his qualities. Now let's understand the principle of Shiv. Shiv Tattva, as Prabhu was saying, he is not a human. He does not fall under the Jeev Tattva, meaning humans. Like Brahma Ji falls under Jeev Tattva, but Shivji doesn't. He's not a Jeev. All other Devi Devtas, demigods, they fall under Jeev Tattva, which means that Jeev Tattva, the qualities they have, first of all, 6 transformations and 6 vikar, but Lord Shiva is beyond that. So he has his own Tattva, meaning Shiv Tattva. So it could be understood by the analogy of yogurt and milk, right? This is what is explained in Brahma Samhita, that yogurt is nothing but a transformation of milk, right? Like we can make yogurt from milk, but we cannot reverse it. We cannot make milk out of yogurt. Once the milk has been transformed to yogurt, that's it. So the substance is same. The milk is coming and it is transforming into yogurt, but we cannot make yogurt back to milk. So this analogy is given in Sri Brahma Samhita. So just as milk is transformed into yogurt by contact with a transforming agent, like similarly, Lord Krishna or Sri Govinda, Lord Krishna, he accepts the form of Shivji in order to accomplish a specific purpose. Okay. So that specific purpose is that Lord Shiva is the one who comes in contact with Maya, material nature. And for that purpose, Lord Krishna or Vishnu transforms themselves into Lord Shiva so that he touches the material nature, because Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, they never touch the material nature. They are away from Maya. Okay, but for what you call the running the affairs of the material of the whole universe, they need someone to be in that position to who can touch the Maya, and that position is given to Lord Shiva. So it's Lord Shiva is none other than Lord Vishnu only. That's why he's known as Guna Avatar. He is the incarnation of one of the gunas. And but even though he comes in contact with nature, Maya, he does not get contaminated by Maya. When we come in contact with Maya, we get contaminated, we get affected by the Maya, right? We get contaminated by these three modes of material nature, but he does not get affected by three modes of material nature, even after contacting in connect in material nature. Vishnu, Vishnu and all the Vishnu tattvas like Ram, Narsingadev, Vishnu, Varaha, all these are coming under Vishnu tattvas. They never even touch the material nature. So there is no question of them getting contaminated because they never touch the material nature. Now, Lord Shivji's position is unique. He touches the material nature, Maya, but does not get contaminated by it like Jeev tattvas. All others, Brahma, Indra, all these, they get contaminated. They also get contaminated or affected by Jeev tattvas. Okay, so that is his position. So he is non-different than Lord Vishnu. Okay, but he accepts a particular role or position, which is the most difficult. And I'll tell you why it's most difficult. But that is what it is. And he is also, like, we know there are three modes of material nature: Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun, right? Mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. So he has given the difficult task by Lord Krishna that he is the controller of mode of ignorance, Tamoguni, which means that he is not under Tamogun, he is beyond this, but he is given the charge of those people who are under the Tamogun to uplift them, because otherwise who will take care of these people who are the most fallen in Tamoguna, right? So he has given the charge of Tamoguna, or the people who are in this mode of ignorance, sorry. And that's why you will see he's very, 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 very compassionate. Very compassionate. Like sometimes we do see that there are ghosts and spirit, right? Bhoot, ghost and spirit. So he's so compassionate that he takes care of these ghosts and spirits. Otherwise, there is nobody who will take care. And he also takes care of people who are in mode of ignorance. But he himself is not in mode of ignorance. Sometimes people depict, oh, you ask some Shiv Bhakt, they take what you call ganja or all these substances, right? If you ask them why are taking, oh, Lord Shiva also takes. No, he's the topmost Vaishnava. He cannot take. He's beyond these things. He never takes any of these substances. But he takes care of the people who are taking those substances and tries to uplift them and make them come into the mainstream. At least he tries to uplift them. So that is the most difficult task given to him, to take care of people who are in this mode of ignorance. Okay. Also, other difficult tasks are given. If you remember during the Samundra Manthan, where Devtas and the Asuras, they were churning the ocean of milk, and there is a Vasuki snake and the Mandara mountain. All this is in Bhagavad Puran. So they were churning, and a lot of nice things were coming out. Like they were after the nectar, the Amrit. because they were all thinking that once we drink that Amrit, we'll all become eternal. Nobody wants to die. So they all were looking for that Amrit and fighting. So before that, a lot of things came. A lot of things came. But after a while, poison came, poison, halahal poison. Big, and everyone got terrified because nobody wants to know what to do with that poison, right? Halahal poison. It's so dangerous. Even a drop can kill anyone. So now everyone was rejecting it. No, 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 I can't handle, I can't handle. Now here comes Lord Shiva. He says, no worries, to preserve the whole universe, he took that halahal poison and drank it. And it was not just a small poison, it's ocean of poison. So much of poison came. So he drank all of them. And he drank all of them. And some says that externally his Kant, his Neel, he's also known as Neelkant because of that, because after drinking the poison, his throat becomes completely bluish in color, Neelkant. So he saved the entire creation by drinking that halahal poison. Otherwise, that poison would have created havoc. And it's mentioned that when he was drinking that poison halahal, some drops fell here and there, and the snakes and all the serpents which we see, they basically took a tiny fraction drop of that poison, and that's why they are all poisonous. Like when you see a snake bite, there is a venom. Where it comes from that halal poison, because they also drank little of that. Okay, so the most difficult task was given, or he takes. So whatever everyone rejects, oh, हमको नहीं चाहिए, he accepts. So he's most renounced. Like many people worship Lord Shiva. Please give me nice job. Please give me good wife. Please give me a nice house. And he's very, as I said, very ashutosh, like very easily pleased. And he said, okay, tathastu, right? But you see, he never built a house for himself, even though he grants boon for all others and he fulfills everyone's wish. He doesn't have a house for himself. He lives in crematorium, puts the ashes on his body, even doesn't have a decent clothes, just wear some deer skin and have snakes around his body, like 2 snakes here, one on the this thing throat, and trident and trishul, right? So his appearance is not pleasing, but that is how he is. He's like this is called avadhut, very renounced person, like no attachment to not even house, nothing. Even though he fulfills everyone's else material wishes, जो भी चाहिए like सबको दे देंगे, like जो जितना चाहिए. Like Ravan used to be a big worshipper of Lord Shiva. He offered his heads, 10 heads, right? He was so big devotee of Lord Shiva. All these demons, they generally worship Lord Shiva. Why? Because they want to get the power, material power, and Lord Shiva is easily pleased, and he gives them benediction and gives them the power. If you see, most of the asuras who in our Puranas who got the powers are from Shivji. Shivji, he is easily pleased and gives them the power. So yeah, Ravan becomes so powerful because of Lord Shiva. But then there is someone who is Lord Shiva's Aradhya, that is Lord Krishna. So we should understand Lord Shiva in relation to Lord Krishna, that he is non-different than Lord Krishna. Like we should not differentiate Lord Shiva and Krishna. Both of them are on the same level. It's just that Lord Krishna is taking the position of Lord Shiva to fulfill a particular purpose, right? So he is very important part of a bhakti, as without his permission or without his mercy, no one can enter any dham. Any dham, right? No one can enter. For example, we'll discuss about the Vraja. Wherever there is a dham, Lord Shiva is there as a protector of that dham. Dikpal, he is known as Dikpal, meaning he guards the dham from all directions so that no unworthy person enters the dham. And he also punishes the people who commits uh, sinful acts or who blasphemes Lord Krishna. He cannot tolerate any insult, any blasphemy of Lord Krishna, Radharani, no devotee. So he punishes them if someone does that in Dham. But right. So even in Vraj Dham, we had four Dikpals. Like Lord Shiva is guarding that Dham as four Dikpals. In Mathura, we have Bhuteshwar Mahadev. And there are so many temples. And then we have Ashleshwar Mahadev in Nandagaon. There is a Kameshwar Mahadev in Kamavan. In Vrindavan, we have Gopeshwar Mahadev. So wherever there is a what you call the deity of Krishna, Radha Krishna in the Dham, he is there. Even if you go to Puri, Jagannath Puri in Bhubaneswar, also there is a temple of Lord Shiva. So whenever we visit Dham, we take permission of Lord Shiva to grant us entrance to the Dham. We worship him, right? So there are five personalities who can reveal the Dham to the devotees, Vrindavan Dham, and Lord Shiva is one of them. Other four are Vrinda Devi, like particularly when we talk about Vrindavan or Vraja, these are the five personalities. And upon getting the permission of all these five is when one can enter the Dham. Otherwise, one cannot enter. If one of them even blocks, you cannot enter. So one is Vrinda Devi, second is Guru, third is Govardhan, then Gopeshwar Mahadev, and then Paurnamasi, which is the Yog Maya. All these are the personalities who can reveal the Dham to the devotees. Okay. So, so particularly when it comes to Vrindavan, the Gopeshwar Mahadev, there's a temple there of Gopeshwar Mahadev where Lord Shiva is residing as a or worshipped as a gopi. Okay, so now we go to the pastimes of Lord Shiva in Vrindavan. I'll start with this Gopeshwar Mahadev pastime. Any questions so far?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
So can you share again like those five
Yeah.
personalities? Like you mentioned two of them, Vrunda Devi and Shiva.
Vrinda Devi, then once Guru, Govardhan Hill, Govardhan is a devotee and also he is Krishna himself. Unique position of Govardhan. Govardhan is Krishna Tattva, Vishnu Tattva, but he is also devotee. So Govardhan. Then Paurnamasi is Yog Maya.
How do you spell that, Guru Prabhuji? How do you spell that?
Paurnamasi.
Paurnamati. Is it a P or a B?
P.
Okay.
P. Paurnamasi. 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 So she is the personality who, together with Vrinda Devi, arranges all the pastimes of Radha and Krishna in spiritual world and in Prakat Leela, in our Prakat Leela. Their only what you call job is to arrange the nice pastimes of Radha and Krishna, and also she is the Yoga Maya potency. Okay, she has a lot of power. Like she can expand the dham, she can contract the dham, she can make someone forget. All that she can do. Like Paurnamasi is Yog Maya. Yog Maya, as you know, it can do anything. Okay, and then Gopeshwar Mahadev. These are the five personalities who can reveal Vrindavan to the devotees, or also.
So
Yeah.
Gopeshwar Mahadev Prabhu is Shiva himself, right?
Yes, Shivji himself.
So Shiva, Gopeshwar Mahadev, Vrunda Devi, uh, Govardhan Hill, Yogamaya, and one more Prabhu.
Guru, the one spiritual
Oh,
master.
Guru, spiritual master.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
five, right? Prabhuji, five?
Five. Yeah. Yeah. Five.
Prabhu, like I want to say, so recently, like when you talk about the Shiva is he don't have house, like just some like pastime I want to share between Shiva and Parvati, if you can. So once like so as we know, like Shiva doesn't have any particular house, and Shiva Parvati and staying under the tree. And Parvati was asking like, so you are always in like trance or meditation, but we don't have house. Do you ever think of it? And Shiva like, oh, like in the meditation and also talking to Parvati. Oh, you want house? Okay. So then he went to trance and nowhere he created by his mystic power very big house which has all appliances and everything is there. And asked Parvati, do you satisfy? And Parvati said, yeah, I'm satisfied. Like this big house, like with all these appliances, definitely. Then like as a new house, like we invite guests like brahmanas to for the ceremonies and all, right? And Shiva and Parvati both invited brahmanas and gurus to perform like housing ceremony. Then like at the end of the like perform like all the housing ceremony and as part of like ritual, we used to give gifts back to the guests, right?
Right.
And one brahmana like looked into the house, asked Shiva like, when did you build this house, right? And Shiva told just now. Okay, so then brahmana asked he was like, what do you want as a gift? And Brahmana told, I want this house.
Oh.
And then Shiva, yeah, you can, without second thought, Shiva just gave back that house and went back to tree again. That's the renunciation, like from Shiva, like what you
I think I
explained.
also heard this. Yeah. Yeah, without even second thought, he gave it. Okay, you take
He
it.
gave it, yeah, and the both went back under the tree again. Yeah,
Won't went back under the tree. Okay, yeah. That is his nature. He's very renounced. Like he doesn't have any attachment. Like imagine like if someone comes to our house, if someone buy a house and someone can okay, I want it. How difficult would it be? But for him, not
yeah,
at all difficult. And I was telling because he has all that power. He can create hundreds of houses like that, but he doesn't want that. He is not attracted because he is constantly relishing the topmost bhakti. And when one is at that position when he is relishing the nectar bhakti which is giving and giving all the pleasure, he all the material opulence becomes so inferior that they don't want because they become an impediment in their path. So that is the quality of advanced, very, very advanced devotees. That's why he's Vaishnavam Yatha Shambhu, he's the topmost Vaishnav. No slight even attraction to anything material, right? Yeah, nice pastime. And yeah, and he gives so much benediction to everyone. In fact, in one time he himself become troubled, like one asura. He came and asked for benediction. He pleases Lord Shiva and came and said, okay, what I can do to please you? तो वो बोलता है कि ओके गिव मी द बेनेडिक्शन कि मैं जिसके भी सर पे हाथ रखूं वो भस्म हो जाए, वहीं पे मर जाए। लॉर्ड शिवा विदाउट थिंकिंग भोलेनाथ है, वो दे दिया, ओके ठीक है तथास्तु। अब ये तो असुर है, इसका प्रवृत्ति तो असुरिक है, तो वो बोला लॉर्ड शिवा से कि लेट मी ट्राई योर बेनेडिक्शन ऑन यू, लेट मी पुट योर हैंड ऑन यू, बिकॉज उसका इल इंटेंशन था, ही वांट्स टू किल लॉर्ड शिवा एंड एंजॉय पार्वती जी। अब लॉर्ड शिवा न्यू कि दिस इज माय बेनेडिक्शन एंड नाउ दिस asura is running after Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva is running away from this asura, and he later got to know famous as Bhasmasur, because he got that benediction that जिसको भी टच करेगा वो भस्म हो जाएगा वहां पे। And Lord Shiva is now running away from this person, like because he wants to touch Lord Shiva and finish him. So throughout they were chasing, and now Lord Krishna as Vishnu came to the rescue. And as you know, Lord Vishnu or Krishna is very, they are very expert in speaking. Krishna is very, very expert. Nobody can cheat him, or he's like जो बोलते हैं छलियों में, he's like the most छलिया. Like if someone tries to cheat him, he's the biggest cheater. And if someone tries to do anything, he's topmost in everything. So he came and he asked this asura, why you are chasing Lord Shiva? What you are looking? He said, ki, I got the benediction that whoever I touches will become dead. Now Krishna tells that asura, oh, do you really believe this Lord Shiva? Do you think he would have given this kind of benediction to you? And like that, उसको बातों में बुलाया, and then he says, okay, बातों बातों में Krishna told him to try that on himself. So at one time during the whole talk, he put his hand on himself and then he got destroyed. So Krishna saved Lord Shiva, and then he told Lord Shiva, and don't give these kind of benediction to these people who puts everyone in trouble, and even you. So he's very bhole bhandari, like he's very naive, like easily gets pleased, and without thinking second thought, he gives everything, whatever he wants. Very easy for him to give material things. But the topmost thing which he can give, which is beyond any material, is the bhakti, Hari Bhakti. But he gives only to those who really are after that. Like many of the devotees of Lord Shiva only is after material opulence. Like, I want this, and he say it's very easy for him to say, okay, take it. But for very few who really wants the topmost, then he gives them and awards them the Radha Krishna Bhakti, like the topmost Bhakti. That's why you will see many of the devotees of Lord Shiva, few of them they get connected to Krishna Bhakti. Like this is the topmost because this is something which is very dear to Lord Shiva also. He is the one who relishes this Bhakti, Radha Krishna Bhakti, and he gives it only to the few chosen ones who really don't want anything else. Yes, Tejalji, you have your hand raised.
Yes, Prabhuji, the same story, almost the similar. It's in the pastimes of Lord Krishna in one of the book. I think it is in the last book, the volume 4. Similar what you just explained, that there was a bad demon. He doesn't tell Lord Shiva that why he wants, as you explained, the same thing. And then finally Lord Shiva runs for the help, and then he goes to Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu. I'm not 100% sure, but and then this is how you said, like Lord Krishna is very smart in talking,
Yes, very
and
smart.
then and then that's how he tells him he does not have anything, like yeah, you, and then that's how he puts him in his own trouble, and then that's how he gets killed. You are right. This was one in it is there in one of the I was just reading last week, so I remember this very well. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So now we'll discuss about this Gopeshwar, like how Lord Krishna, why he has to become Gopi in Vraja. So it once happened that during like when Krishna was here present 5,200 years back doing his Prakat Leela in Vraja. So one time, this is in Vrindavan near Vamsi Vat. Vamsi Vat is the place where there is a tree, Vat tree, and then Krishna will play his flute, the nice flute, and with that flute, the quality of that play is whoever Krishna wants to listen, only those gopis will listen. Like, for example, Yashoda Maiya won't listen to that flute. Nanda Baba won't listen to the flute. It's only the gopis over there will listen. So he had this rasa dance planned, and Shivji has this wish कि मेरे को भी देखना है, like I want to be witnessing this rasa dance. So he immediately appeared. He came from Kailash and he came here. But उनको शिवजी को सब गोपियों ने ब्लॉक कर दिया, like particularly Vishaka Lalita. They say you can't enter this rasa dance. And शिवजी ने बोला क्यों? बोले कि quality wise you are all qualified. You are the topmost Vaishnav. You are so much renounced. आप तो हमेशा भक्ति करते रहते हैं भगवान की. But the rule is कि nobody can enter this rasa dance in the male body. Like it's only the female bodies who can enter this. Like all gopis, only the male is one Krishna. Rest all are female. So if you want to enter, you have to take the form of a gopi. Krishna or Lord Shiva agreed. Yes, I can do anything. He badly wanted to witness. So then Vishaka and Lalita Sakhis, they made him take a dip in Kunda Mansarovar. Somewhere it says Brahm Mansarovar. Mansarovar is a lake in a place. So he take a dip came out transformed into a gopi, well dressed as a gopi, like sari and gopi dress and everything, or ornaments. And then as a gopi, he enters the rasa dance. Krishna looked at him and understood, and this is Lord Shiva, a new gopi who has entered. And he sat there and witnessed the Rasa Leela from there. And that is how Krishna gave him that name Gopeshwar, Gopeshwar Mahadev. And from that time, the deity of Gopeshwar Mahadev was installed in Vrindavan. Another meaning is Gopeshwar Mahadev ki Gopiyon ke Ishwar is Gopeshwar Mahadev. So Gopiyan, it's written somewhere also that gopis used to worship Mahadev or Lord Shiva to get Krishna as their husband. Right? They always used to worship Mahadev, and even gopis worship Katyani Devi. There is in December after Kartik month, there is a vrat comes, Katyani Devi vrat. They did a lot of fasting vratas for Katyani Devi to get Krishna as their husband. So that's why another name is Gopeshwar Mahadev, is that the Ishwar of all the gopis. Another one is he himself is a gopi in Vrindavan to be a part of this Rasa dance. So there is a temple there. Whenever you visit Vrindavan, go to that temple also, Gopeshwar Mahadev, very prominent. Everyone over there knows about this temple. And it's not very big. Vrindavan is not that big. Even you can walk from one place to another. Okay, so this was the pastime, how Lord Shivji become a gopi in Vrindavan. And he was the one who took part, or not took part, he himself did not took part, he witnessed as a, you see, like witnessed the Rasa dance. And same kind of pastime happened with Narad Muni also. And this Narad also want to witness, and these are all exalted devotees of the Lord, but they are not at the stage of gopi. Gopis have a special quality, gopi bhav, but they all want to witness. So Naraji, again, he was told you can't enter, you have to take form of gopi. वो एक नारद कुंड है गोवर्धन पे, नारद कुंड. तो नारद जी went inside that kund and came as gopi, and then he also witnessed. So that's the pastime of Lord Shiva as Gopeshwar Mahadev. Okay, this is in Vrindavan. Next, we'll discuss about Ashleshwar Mahadev, who is in Nandgaon. Okay, so the pastime goes, I think this is also in Krishna book. Then when Krishna just appeared in this world, and then Mother Yashoda, initially Krishna was in Gokul, but then he came to Nandgaon, like Nanda Baba, because so many demons were attacking Gokul. He moved from Gokul to Nandgaon, and he chose to build his house on top of a hill. Like even if you go today to Nandgaon, you will see that house where Krishna and Nand Baba and Yashoda Maiya Balramji used to live is at the top of the hill, Nandeshwar. So they built their house there, and one day Lord Shiva had this again desire to take the darshan of Lord Krishna as in his Bal form, in his, because those darshans are very rare. It only happens here in this Bhaume Vrindavan that Krishna appears here as a Shishu, like Bal Krishna. Because in spiritual world, he is always Kishore, right? He never becomes, he's always in his eternal form. So Shivji came again from Kailash, and he has so much desire to just take a glimpse of Lord Krishna in that form, Bal form, Bal Krishna. But when he approached, so he came in the form of saint, like a sadhu, and he was asking for bhiksha in front of Yashoda Mother Yashoda's house. And Mother Yashoda immediately came out. And during those days, there is a tradition, even today there is a tradition in Brij, like if you ask for a bhiksha, householder is obliged to give bhiksha, particularly to sadhus. Like today it's called madhukari. Like if you go in anyone's house and 3 times you say Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, then they understand this person needs bhiksha, and then they give you chapati and whatever is being cooked in the home. So like that, Shivji asks, says, Diksham Dehi or Radhesham, whatever was. And Yashoda mother came. He says, okay, Baba, what do you want? I have wheat and rice and whatever. He said, नहीं, I don't want anything. मुझे सिर्फ अपने एक लल्ला के दर्शन करा दे, बस मेरे तो भिक्षा वही है. अभी तो इतने डीमंस और इतने सब कुछ आए थे पहले, तो मदर यशोदा ने सबको ब्लॉक कर दिया था कि अभी nobody could see Krishna because recently Putana came in the form of heavenly lady and she tried to kill and so many other people came. So Mother Yashoda was not believing anyone, particularly unknown person. And Lord Shiva's appearance was also not pleasant, right? वो दूर से ही दिखने में थोड़ा डर लगता है. Ash लगाया हुआ है and all that. So Mother Yashoda just shoot him away. He said, no, I won't let you go inside, and I am not gonna bring my lalla outside also. So you go. And he tried his best, but he could not get the acceptance of Mother Yashoda. So then Shivji decided to do some tapasya. So he sat under a tree and did some tapasya. And then Lord Krishna also wants to see his bhakt devotee, Shivji. So Lord Krishna started crying very loudly because he understood that my dearmost Shivji has come all the way from Kailash to take my darshan. And also I want to take darshan of my devotee, right? It's reciprocation both ways, right? In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, pure devotees, they keep me always in their heart, and I always keep pure devotees of mine in their heart. There's a both ways reciprocation. So Krishna started crying very loudly and nobody knew what was happening because कई बार होता है ना, बच्चे स्टार्ट कर देते हैं, अभी पता नहीं है कि कहाँ पे पेट में दर्द हो रहा है, क्या प्रॉब्लम है. तो ऑल द गोपीज वर थिंकिंग कि क्या प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है. सब कुछ ट्राई करके देख लिया, बट वो बच्चा कृष्णा वाज नॉट willing to stop. वो क्राई कर ही रहा है. Then one gopi told, maybe Mother Yashoda, you turned away that sadhu. That sadhu may have cursed your baby. तो ये हो सकता है कि कर्ज कर गया या कुछ हो, उन्होंने को अपमान लगा और ये तो अफेक्ट हो गया. तो हमको उनको ढूंढना चाहिए उस साधु को और उसे क्षमा याचना करके हमको करना चाहिए. And then everyone was looking for Lord Shiva because he came in the form of sadhu. And there comes Pond Masi again. Pond Masi is Yog Maya. And she, as I told, arranges the pastime. So she knows who Lord Shiva is. So she was the one who says to Mother Yashoda that I knew this sadhu. He's a genuine sadhu. He's not a bogus. He's not going to harm your lalla. So please let him take darshan. So finally, Mother Yashoda agreed on the assurance given by Pond Masi. And he brought little Krishna outside in their courtyard, and Lord Shivji took his darshan. Oh, also he asked for Mahaprasad. He asked 2-3 things, that I want Mahaprasad, like anything which you have fed to Krishna, give me that, and any water which you have fed or any milk, give me that. All that he asked. He said, I don't want any gold or wheat or rice or this, that. I'm not after that. I just need this. And so all that. So when he had darshan, when Krishna had that, gave his darshan and also took the darshan of his devotee, immediately Krishna stopped crying. And Lord Shiva also got very pleased and he blessed the baby and then left. So this temple today even is there, Ashleshwar Mahadev. It's from Nandgaon temple. It's not far, maybe 10-15 minutes away, right? So there is a place there, Ashleshwar Mahadev, where Lord Shiva sat and did tapasya, some tapasya there to get the darshan of Lord, our baby Krishna, Bal Gopal. This was the pastime which happened in Krishna Leela, okay, where Lord Shiva himself came to take darshan of Bal Krishna. Okay, so these are the two. There are many, like if you go around everywhere, wherever there is temple, there is Kameshwar Mahadev in Kamravan. So, and there is strong belief that whatever You ask Kameshwar mean Kamna, meaning the Kameshwar Mahadev fulfills all your desires. Whatever desire you had, just pray to Lord Shivji to fulfill, and your desires will get fulfilled. That is in Kameshwar Mahadev, Kamban. Bhuteshwar Mahadev. There is Bankhandi Mahadev also in Vrindavan. So another pastime I'll tell you about Bankhandi Mahadev. Kopeshwar Mahadev is also Vrindavan, and then Bankhandi Mahadev. So there was this pastime we had in our Guru Parampara. There are 6 Goswamis, right? You may have heard 6 Goswami, Shad Goswami. Everyone in Vrindavan knows about those 6 Goswamis because they were the ones who rediscovered all these sites which we today go and see, Madan Mohan Temple and this thing. So, chief of those Goswamis, Sanatan Goswami, Sanatan and Roop Goswami are brothers who were directly initiated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, Sanatan Goswami, who was a great Vaishnav saint, he resided in Vrindavan in the old Madan Mohan Temple. Madan Mohan Temple, he was the one who built that temple. So he used to every day do Govardhan Parikrama, Sanatan Goswami, roam around Vrindavan. He was also living a life of ascetic. Like all these advanced devotees, they left everything. And then he was living besides a tree and every day changing tree. So he was living a life of ascetic. So he will go daily to see this Kopeshwar Mahadev temple, a deity. Every day he used to visit in the morning. So when he becomes so old, once in his dream, Lord Shivji came as Gopeshwar Mahadev and he instructed him that now that you have become so old, please do not go through so much trouble to see me every day. Like, you don't have to do it. Like, why you are like you're so old, it takes you. But Sanatan Goswami replied, no, I can't. I will continue doing that. I will continue to come. I cannot change his habit. So, and Sanatan Goswami is also a top devotee, and Shivji also a great devotee of Lord. Both of them are devotees. So now this shows the reciprocation amongst the devotees. So Lord Shivji then told, okay, if you not, I know you are old, then if you don't want to stop your visit every day to Kopeshwar Mahadev, which is far, then I will come and stay very near to your residence. Like, मैं ही आ जाता हूँ पास में, मदन मोहन मंदिर के पास ही. Then I will come and stay near to your house, and that's how he manifests himself as Bankhandi Mahadev, which is halfway between Kopeshwar Mahadev and Madan Mohan Temple. So the very next day, Kopeshwar Mahadev appeared in Bankhandi. Bankhandi is a place, small place, halfway between his original temple and Srila Sanatan Goswami's residence. So seeing this, Sanatan Goswami became overwhelmed with transcendental ecstasy. He sees, oh, Lord Shivji has to come all the way, and he established himself here. And from that day, Sanatan Goswami started visiting Bankhandi Mahadev every day. It's very close to Madan Mohan Temple. Okay, so this was the pastime which happened only 500 years back. 500 years back when Sanatan Goswami was living in Vrindavan, in the Madan Mohan Mandir, right? So Lord Shiva reciprocated. Another pastime comes in Srimad Bhagavad. As I was saying, Lord Shivji is always given the most difficult task, or he handles by himself, he takes that task, like which nobody could do. He said, okay, let me do it. Nobody wants to do it. So he accepts all the rejected stuff. Like all the demigods are after the power, right? Indra, whenever anyone wants to perform Ashwamedh Yagya, 100. So it's there that if someone can do 100 Ashwamedh Yagyas, they become eligible to become next Indra. So Indra always becomes disturbed whenever he sees someone doing ghor tapasya, or he thinks that here they are after his throne. But Shivji is totally, he doesn't care. Kuch bhi maang lo, to hai hi nahi kuch. Even though in power, he's even greater. He can defeat anyone and everyone. So once it happened, like I'll tell you about the pastime of how the Ganga came, right? Bhagirathi Ganga. So there was a king known as Bhagirath. He was the one, and who was instrumental in bringing Ganga from spiritual world to here. So Ganga is not ordinary river. It's coming from spiritual world, right from the spiritual world all the way here. So he was the one who, that's why another name of Ganga is Bhagirathi, because it was the King Bhagirath who brought Ganga from the spiritual world to here. He prayed. So he prayed, and then Ganga says, like, if I have to come here, I have so much force that if I directly starts flowing and from spiritual world and falls on the material world, whole universe will get shattered because it won't be able to control my force. That is the force of Ganga, like how much force it has. Like whole Earth planet, all other planets, planetary system will completely get shattered. So how will it happen? So again, Shivji came. Say Bhagirath went to the Shivji, Lord Shiva, and Shivji says, "Okay, let the Ganges come from spiritual world, and I will absorb his force. I will take the Mother Ganga on my head, and I will absorb his force, all the force, and I will let only a tiny stream to flow through, right?" And Bhagirath says, "Are you sure?" He said, "Yes, yes." So for the benefit of mankind, uh, Bhagirath, King Bhagirath requested Mother Ganga to appear on this material world from spiritual world. And as soon as Mother Ganga fell, Shivji took 99% of Ganges is in Shivji's matted lock, like उनके बालों में है. Only a tiny stream is flowing through, which he allowed it to flow through, and that is what we see today, which is flowing in India, Haridwar. Like even if you go to Haridwar, Har Ki Pauri, you will see how strong is the current for Ganga, right? Imagine that is just a tiny stream which Lord Shiva allowed. 99% Ganga is in his hair only. He absorbed all that, and that 1% is what is flowing. So again, the most difficult task of was done by Lord Shiva here, and for the benefit of mankind, he let the Mother Ganga came from the spiritual world to this material world, right? So any auspicious yagna or any auspicious task, we use the Ganga water, right? Ganga water, and it has a quality, it never gets deteriorate. Like even if you have Ganga, you may have noticed even after 1 year, it will not contaminate or deteriorate or anything happens to that water. So Shivji was kind of very instrumental in bringing that here on this earth. Another qualities, as I told, he's very, very humble, very humble. His humility, like personified, like very humble. And that is the quality which all Vaishnavas should have, very humble and very compassionate to all others. As I was saying, his Lord Shiva is so compassionate that he even takes care of ghosts and spirits. Ghost and spirit, like bhoot, they don't have a body. So he sometimes gets it's mentioned that every night, every day he travels with those ghosts and looks for someone whom he can implicate like a mother, like those ghosts. Because ghosts have this problem, like they have all the desire, but they don't have body to fulfill, because they don't have material body. They have only the Sukshma Sharir. So Lord Shiva takes care, and he takes care of all other people who are in mode of ignorance, tamoguna. So very humble person, doesn't get offended, like you says bad words, it doesn't get offended. And he only sees good things in others. That is another quality in Vaishnavas. They don't see the bad things. Everyone here, they already know the people in this material world does have a lot of bad things, but they always see good things, particularly in devotees, only good things. And that is what they what do you call, encourage, right? By setting that example for others, us also, like following their footsteps, to see good things in others, because we are in this material world, which means every one of us here is imperfect and we have all these bad qualities. Some have greater, in some greater degree, some have lower degree, but everyone has these bad qualities: lust, anger, greed, pride. All these things are there. So they only see good things in others and always ready for the service. Ready for the service, whatever you see, like Shivji, he comes to the task whenever there is a need, always ready to serve the devotees, and very compassionate. Compassion is the topmost quality, most striking quality in an exalted devotee. You will see all the great Vaishnav. Compassion is the one which makes them do, like, see Lord Srila Prabhupada, so much compassion for all the people in this world. Like, otherwise he could have simply resided in Vrindavan, would have done his bhajan. At the advanced age of 70 with 2 heart attacks, he came all the way to the West. Just what for? Like, for compassion towards the fallen people. Same is the quality of in Shivji. Like, he so compassion. He becomes very happy, so much happy if someone takes the name of Hari, right? Someone takes the name of Krishna and advances or practices in Krishna Bhakti, Radha Krishna Bhakti. He becomes so pleased. In fact, he once, again, this thing comes in Srimad Bhagavad, when Mother Durga, no, not Mother Parvati, asked सबसे बड़ी भक्ति किसकी है, तो शिव जी ने बोला कि जो भगवान के भक्तों से की भक्ति है वो भगवान से भी ऊपर है. So he says the topmost bhakti is to worship Radharani. Radharani is the topmost devotee, and कृष्ण भक्ति से भी ऊपर भक्तों की भक्ति है. Okay. Okay, Neelkant. I was telling Neelkant, that is another name of Neelkant. External reason is that he drank that halahal poison, and because of that his kant, which is his throat, become Neel, bluish. But internal meaning is, Neelkant is that he constantly has the name of that bluish black personality in his throat. That's why he's called Neelkant, because his kant is always reciting the name of that bluish black personality who is Shri Krishna. That is why his name is Neelkant. Even not for a minute he does not take. That's why you will see he will always be in his meditation, always eyes closed, and he's meditating on the name of the Lord. Right? Neelkant. Okay, in Gaur Leela, we see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Gaur Leela, right? Lord Shiva appeared as Advaita Acharya. Lord Advaita Acharya is a combination of Lord Shivji and Mahavishnu. Okay, so Advaita Acharya prayed to the Lord Gauranga to appear in this world for the benefit of mankind, and he was none other than Lord Shiva. Okay. So for us as a Vaishnava, we honor and worship Lord Shiva as a great Vaishnava and as Guru, because he's the one who guides us in the path of bhakti. So we do not worship him separately. We worship him as a topmost devotee, as a topmost Vaishnava, and we glorify him in his connection to his relationship with Lord Krishna. So we do not see him independently as that he is independent of Lord Krishna. And this is something which pleases him the most. When one worships him, when one honors him as a devotee, as a topmost Vaishnava, with that understanding. Unfortunately, in today's world, not many people have that understanding, or even many temples in the Lord Shiva, they don't have that understanding. But this is the reality, this is the truth. And if you read Srimad Bhagavad, many places Lord Shivji is giving the topmost bhakti, and he mentions that his Aradhya is Krishna and Radha Rani. That is the topmost. So we observe Shivratri, Lord Shiva's appearance day. We glorify him. We speak about him in connection to his relationship with Krishna. Okay. So with that, we conclude today's session, and I hope you get the understanding that who Lord Shivji is, what is his relationship with Lord Krishna, and in what mood one should pray to him. Right? As I told, he's Ashutosh, very easily pleased. But again, like, think about it. If many 99% people ask Lord Shiva about the material things, but he himself does not care for any of that material things, right? So we should always ask when we pray to Shivji, or for that matter, any other personality, that I, as a child, does not know what is good or what is bad for me. You decide and give me the best. Sometimes, someone is willing to give you billions of dollars, and you go and ask for $5 note. So who will be at a loss, right? We will be at a loss. Someone, let's say you approach a king, and king can give you something big, but you ask again based on your understanding some small things. Then king will think, yeah, this guy came to me. I am the king of this big thing. I could have given him so much more. So same is the case. We as what you call ignorant people, sometimes when we approach the Lord, we ask for petty things, small things, while Lord may have a bigger plan for us. So we should not ask for all the small things. We should ask, okay, you decide best what is good for me, just give that to me. And that is the, as I told, the bhakti, Hari Bhakti, the topmost bhakti, advancing in the spiritual path is the topmost, because that connects, and Lord Shivji gives to those who are sincere and who wants to have. Otherwise, he will be happy, just give whatever you want. You want job, okay, I'll get you job. You want children, or you want son, or you want a good wife, like good husband, whatever, he will give if becomes pleased, right? But Hari Bhakti is something which is very dear to him, and only very few will ask that, and he does that. There is a saint in Gujarat, Narsi Mehta. He was a great devotee of Lord Shivji, Narsi Mehta. And Lord Shiva personally took hold his hand, and in his same form, he took him holding his hand and make him witness the Ras Leela. That is his mercy, right? Like, he was so merciful because Narsi Mehta was his true devotee, a very advanced devotee. And from then on, Narsi Mehta becomes connected to Krishna Bhakti. And he wrote many bhajans. Like, if you go to Gujarat, everyone there knows about Narsi Mehta. He's a very popular, widely known Vaishnav saint. But before that, he was the Shiva devotee, great devotee of Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva bestowed his mercy and connected him to the Hari Bhakti. Personally took hold his hand and took him. So that is his compassion. Okay. Okay. Any
Prabhuji?
question, comment? Yes.
Prabhuji, I just want to inform all our Prabhus and Matajis that are there online that I am organizing a bus